The other day I was talking to a good friend of mine who was ready to start rebuilding her wardrobe from scratch, but she had no idea where to start or even what she liked to wear anymore. And that conversation just left me thinking, like, how do you actually find your style? So that really inspired me to make a video about this. So I sat down and made some really good steps that I think would be really helpful for her and for any of you guys if you're starting to rebuild your wardrobe and you just need someone to guide you along the way. So I want to start with addressing the biggest roadblock to building a better wardrobe for ourselves, and that is usually our body. As women, we go through so many different body changes throughout our life, and it's easy to get stuck in the mindset that you can't buy yourself any new clothes until you lose weight, but that is totally a lie. You actually don't have to become a smaller size before you get to enjoy style and wear nice clothes. So before we go any further, you kind of have to make one of these two choices. The first one is accept the body that you have right now and buy yourself some new clothes for it. Even if you're not completely happy with your body, you should still dress in a way that makes you feel really good. There's so many beautiful and stylish women out there in many different shapes and sizes, and once you start accepting your body and dressing yourself in a nice way, it might even change the way that you feel. And the best part is that you get to buy yourself a whole new wardrobe. The second choice in this choose your journey situation is that you decide that you're gonna make a change and you buy yourself just a little bit of some basic items to help get you through this transitional time. And even if you are gonna be going on a weight loss journey, there's still a lot of things that you can buy that can fit you through many different sizes. So even if you buy a shirt that fits you good right now, it can still fit you a little bit oversized later on and still look good. And then I highly recommend that you still buy yourself a couple pairs of pants that fit you in the size that you are right now, because that can really just make such a big difference to our self-confidence when we have like a really nice pair of jeans. Even if you end up not wearing them for a long time, I think that's still a very good investment. Okay, so moving on, no matter what style you end up really gravitating towards, you really can't go wrong with basic items. They're pretty much needed in every wardrobe, and they kind of act like the glue that holds everything together. And when I say basics, I'm talking about neutral and classic items like tops and bottoms. So I made a little list of items that I would recommend you start with. You don't have to stick to this, of course. This is just like a general list of things that I think would be good to have. 2 to 3 cotton t-shirts, maybe in a white or a stripe or another neutral color, 2 long sleeve shirts, and you could do a crew neck, a v-neck, or a mock or turtleneck. And again, if all of those options are overwhelming to you, just go with a crew neck, because that really is a classic shirt that you probably won't get tired of later on. And here again, you want to go for a couple of neutral colors, so maybe white, black, gray, or beige. 1 pair of good quality blue jeans, and I really would recommend a high-rise straight leg fit, because that feels really classic right now and it seems to really be lasting through all the different trends that are coming and going. 1 pair of black pants or black jeans, 1 basic knit sweater and 1 casual sweatshirt, 1 light jacket or coat, a pair of ankle boots, a pair of sneakers, and a pair of flats or mules. So this is about 10-11 items, and the good news is that you might actually have a lot of this in your closet already. So if you do, then you're off to a great start. So again, you want to keep these pretty neutral in the color and style, because a little bit later on you can add more of those like funky, cool statement pieces, but your basics really need to be more subdued so that they can be like in the background of your outfit. And then all your more like interesting pieces can go on top, and it'll be really easy to mix and match. You can shop for these items at whatever store that you like, depending on what your budget is, but you do want to try to pick things that are natural fibers. And that's because those items are going to last much longer and be like more durable. And they also just feel better on your skin when you're wearing them. If you do have more money to spend, then I would recommend that you shop from a brand that's trying to be more sustainable in different areas. And I have a few favorites that I can link down in the description box for you to check out. But either way, the most important thing here is to decide on the budget that you want to spend for the year on all of your clothes and try to stick to it. It's okay if this process takes you a longer time, a year to a couple years, because honestly, slower is even better when it comes to finding your style, because you'll find that you're gonna make less mistake purchases because you have really time to like sit with what you bought, versus if you bought like 20 items at once, then it's gonna be really confusing and probably you'll end up not wearing a lot of those items. And if you're trying to save money, then try to shop for some of these things at your local thrift stores. That's actually how I started when I was rebuilding my wardrobe as well, and there's a lot of great items out there. Okay, so moving on to step number 3, which is going to be to start thinking about what kind of styles you like. So this doesn't have to be anything super concrete. It can just be some loose ideas that you have. Maybe you notice someone wearing an outfit that you think is really cute. You can start saving some pictures that you find on Instagram or Pinterest and start like a style board of outfits that you're drawn towards. But the easiest place to start with this is look in your closet and see if there's any items in there that you actually like already. So you can pull those out and kind of see what do they have in common. Think about like how do they make you feel when you're wearing them. And it's really helpful to start a notebook where you can start writing down all your discoveries, and you don't have to like label any kind of style words yet. And sometimes I find that it's easier to think about what we don't like instead of what we do like. So if you do start a notebook, you can write down like styles that you don't want to wear or colors that you don't like to wear. Anything that you notice that you maybe decluttered in the past, so just write that down in your notebook as well. And this is really gonna get your juices flowing, and you're gonna start figuring out what kind of style maybe you're leaning towards. I do go more in depth on this topic in many of my other videos that I can link in the description box, but for now I'm just gonna like lightly talk about that and move on to the next step, which is time to experiment. And by experiment, I mean time to shop. So a few things that you can do is go to a physical store and just try on a bunch of different clothes that maybe you haven't tried on before, different styles, colors. Maybe you end up buying a couple things online or at the store and bring it home, and don't take any of the tags off, but just try everything on with the clothes that you already have. Build some outfits together, take some pictures, and really start getting an idea of how you want your clothes to fit on your body, what styles look cute on you. And there's a very good chance that the items that you buy on your like first go are not gonna work out in the long term, but that's actually okay. That's really just part of this whole process. So don't feel discouraged if you bought something that you really loved and then a month later you're like, I hate this. So maybe at this point you have an idea of like what styles you like and what clothes you tried on that you liked, and you can start making a wish list of items that you want to actually buy. And once you make like a loose wish list, it's really helpful to organize it by season. Sometimes you want to buy everything at once and like have a whole wardrobe right away, but if you kind of break it down by season, in the summer, maybe I'll buy these items, and then in the fall, I'll buy these items, and it keeps you from buying everything at once. And I would recommend to buy no more than 10 items a season, maybe even a whole lot less, just so that you really have time to like sit with them and wear them and decide if you like them after all. And we're moving right along to step number 5, which is to wear the clothes. Okay, so you bought some stuff and now it's time to wear them and actually live your life and figure out if these new clothes are gonna work for you. Because we all know that clothes look really cute in the store and on the hanger, but the real question is like, are they gonna work for your lifestyle? Are they gonna fit your body well? And are you gonna feel good when you're wearing them? All of this you really don't know until you actually wear them and wear them for a while. And this is also the time where you have to learn to style your clothes into individual outfits, because you know, a shirt might look cute again on the hanger, but how do you actually style it into an outfit that feels stylish, feels like a part of your personal style, and just feels really good? So I do have a few tips to help you through this process. The first one is to watch a few videos on YouTube, maybe different styling videos, different outfit inspirations for the season. I have a few of my own that I can link in the description box. My next step is try to recreate some of those outfits that you saved on Instagram or Pinterest. You don't have to use the exact same items that those girls are wearing, of course, but try to kind of recreate the vibe. Another thing that's super helpful is to take a picture of your outfit every day for a full week, and then when that week is over, kind of assess what you thought of it. Assess like, how does it actually look and how did you feel when you were wearing that, and write down your discoveries in your style notebook, because sometimes an outfit looks really cute in the picture, but maybe in reality we didn't feel good when we were wearing it. It didn't feel in tune with our personal style, or you know, something was pinching or squeezing us all day long. So yeah, make these observations throughout the week. And again, remember that you might find that you don't like the items that you bought, and that's okay. It's part of the process, and if that really doesn't sit well with you, you can try to resell some of these items on places like Poshmark. That's where I like to resell any of my clothes that I'm decluttering. And then you can hopefully get some of your money back and buy something else that fits you better, hopefully. Step number 6 is to reassess every season. So if you followed my shopping advice and are buying things just for one season at a time, then at the end of that season, you want to sit down and just assess how everything worked out for you. You can write down things like what items felt really great and like were totally in line with your personal style and fit you great, and what items didn't work, and what did you feel like you were missing that you really want next time that season rolls around again. So after you close that chapter, you can start planning your purchases for the next season that's coming up. And so you can see, is there anything on your wish list already that you want to buy, or anything else that you saw that you want to add? Maybe your style is more clear to you now after like a season has passed and you're like, oh, I really want to lean into this like really feminine romantic style, or maybe some kind of sporty edgy style. And just remember to have a good balance of basic items and like fun statement items so that your wardrobe ends up being really like easy to mix and match and really easy to wear in the long term. And when that season is over, you do this all over again. And this process really just helps you to be in tune with your wardrobe and your personal style, because the worst thing is to like just buy a bunch of stuff, not think about it all year, and then at the end of the year you're like, oh my gosh, there's so much clothes I don't wear. I need to do a giant declutter. And speaking of decluttering, it is really helpful to do a declutter at the end of every season. Not super massive, just like noticing what you didn't wear and thinking like, do I want to give it another shot, or am I ready to let it go? And before you do declutter something, think about why don't you like the item, and again, write it down in your style notebook. And that's going to really help your style to become clearer and clearer as the seasons go by, as you're going to see like, I really need to stop buying V-necks because I hate them. Why do I keep buying them? And I know that videos like this can still end up being kind of confusing at the end when you have like all these steps put together and you're like imagining doing them in the course of a season. So I've been thinking for a while to create some kind of a 30-day beginner's guide to building a good wardrobe. But I wanted to hear your guys' feedback on that before I started anything. I personally find for myself, if I'm doing like a new exercise challenge, I really love to do like a 30-day calendar, because sometimes you just need someone to guide you and like tell you what to do every day, and it feels like more comforting. So I kind of wanted to create something like that for you guys. One of my ideas was to create some kind of a ebook style journal where you could track your journey of finding your style, and maybe there would be like weekly questions or weekly mini assignments that you have to do with your wardrobe, and by the end of the 30 days you would have like a much clearer vision of what your style is. So let me know if any of you would be interested in something like that. Leave me a little notebook emoji in the comments, and that will be our secret sign. And if you watched all the way to the end of this video but you're still not subscribed, then this is your sign to do that too.